It's simple. We kill the Frankenstein. I really don't know how to feel about this new episode of Creature Commandos players, but what I do know is that I felt something, a couple different things, and one of those was hate for this big green biatch over here. We'll get into that and what this episode means for the larger DCU, since a very special person popped up, another one pooped out, and another one pulled out his wing. Oh, well, I guess I'd be a villain too. Let's get right into the Iron Pot. So we open up with that Professor Isla McPherson, which from my research was just a character from the Gotham Academy run from 2014 to 2015, but instead of Gotham, she is a Themysciran expert from Terrebonne University there in Louisiana. I'm assuming so it can be in proximity to Belle Reve. She lent major credence to Cersei in the vision she showed to Waller, so she is in cahoots with Cersei, and she's acting a little different in episode 5. Fine shit will do that to you, right? But she's moving all types of ways more sapphic in nature, you know? She might just be built that way, perhaps.
And some of the doctors said I had the heart of a lesbian. You know, and that was something you don't hear very much.
But obviously, this was Clayface, and it was obvious from the clips we got prior to this episode, which really kind of reduced it, in my opinion. Like, I feel the Clayface reveal would have hit way harder had we not known he was even in the show, because I knew for the most part where things were going with this plotline because of the clips we had seen. All the while, the Commandos have arrived in Pokolistan to good old Alexei on their way to kill the princess, and in between all that, we get Frankenstein lore of how this sweet old blind woman and a good old Pupperino saved Frankenstein from the river and used some of this magical healing schmegma for his scars, and we see them have quite a nice little dynamic of Frankenstein being extremely rude and crass, but that being endearing to the old woman somehow. While she's being very caring and profound, she converts his pessimism into optimism, even just for a moment, through this beautiful exercise in imagination. I love these moments that are sweet and genuine and optimistic. You know, she shows the piece of shit monster where else beauty can be found, and call that shit corny all you want, but I love it. Of course, because we're dealing with monsters and Frankenstein being the way he is, he ends up killing the old lady with an iron pot, hence the title, thinking it's sparing her of the remainder of her days being filled with loneliness. In his deranged mind, he's helping her. She was trying to tell him that fine shit doesn't love him, but he wasn't having any of it, and this is the type of mofo you become when you don't let go and you fall in love with the cycle. And on top of all that, he takes the dog, folks. We need hell plus. All the while, Phosphorus kills Alexei, which, damn, I actually was kind of sad about that when it happened. I liked Alexei, but Phosphorus was on demon time this episode. He removed the drip, to which we found out that he is, in fact, not on the same type of timing as Dr. Manhattan. You know, sans wiener is, I believe, the medical scientific term, if I'm not mistaken, of course, but the animation for him is pretty insane, and the action sequences, especially for the bride, was super dope as well. I loved when she dragged that dude across the building. Super badass. After episode 4, this hits so much harder. Simultaneously, Clayface catches Flag and Frank, and he puts the beats on them, to say the least. Like, he whoops the dog shit out of Flag, gives him the Nightfall treatment. Each hit was so visceral, and I was like, okay, I know Flag is going to be alive for Superman, but I was still like, how is he even going to come back from this? But I believe Gunn mentioned that he had some enhancements, or maybe this is where he gets them. But if we're going to work our 9-to-5 shift at Krispy Kreme right now, it is another testament to the show where, even though we know Flag is not dead, the feeling that he would die is inextricably present. Clayface was a huge problem for Big Frankie as well, until he locked in and shocked in, okay? So we end with Clayface disposed and Flag kind of disposed himself, the Commandos still on the run in Pokolistan, and the princess calling for automatic kill on sight for the Commandos. So we got the whole crew all discombobulated right now, and next episode is where I'm assuming they lock back in, or the episode ends with them about to lock back in for the final battle. And then we get the Dr. Phosphorus backstory as well, so that should be very interesting. I feel like we're gonna get some insane DCU Batman lore drops. Speaking of Batman, I gotta just mention, and I might even make a separate video about this, as we all know, the Batman by Matt Reeves was recently delayed again. Yes, not only was it delayed from October 2025 to October 26, but once more for 2027. Now, this sucks, right? And Matt Reeves has been taking his time writing the Batman 2 script, which is apparently getting a title change also. But without going too deep on it in this video, what I would say is don't panic. Batman fans have ate for years. We shall eat again. Matt has proved he can cook, so I'm more than willing to wait, especially for Matt. And you know, other things might be at play, so I don't want to be the kind of guy that's saying, oh, Matt needs to hurry up or whatever. You never know what's happening with a person, so that's another reason why I'm not going to be annoying on socials about it. There's a lot of shitty posts and what I like to call dumb bitch thoughts that are proliferating with this news about having Matt Reeves step down, which I cannot take you seriously if you're saying something as stupid as that, or that this is all so Gunn can merge the two universes so he can feed off of the popularity of the Batman. Even the contrary to that, where it's getting canceled so it won't be a problem for DCU Batman. Again, I might speak more on this on a future video, but I'm personally not panicked at all and am looking forward to an insanely fantastical DCU Batman, an amazingly grounded crime drama in the Batman sequels. We can have both at the same time and cover so much ground for the Batman mythology that you just wouldn't be able to with just one Batman. Not to mention, we could be breaking new ground on seeing if something like this could actually work in a big cinematic universe, amongst a handful of other reasons why I don't want them to merge. I don't think Matt wants that, and I think Gunn genuinely respects Matt enough to let him do his own thing, which is something I want to see. I mean, DCU Batman is going to be so insane and just like such an elevated version of the character, and he has to be a problem for this Clayface and Dr. Phosphorus. He's going to be such a beast. I cannot wait. I love Alan Tudyk since his legendary role of Steve the Pirate, and he's killing it as Phosphorus, and I can't wait for the next episode. And as much as I hate Frankenstein, I can't lie that he is actually funny as hell. I really do like his scenes. He's always saying some crazy shit, but I'm very curious to see how Cersei's plan will culminate and exactly what the hell her actual goal was. It was maybe not my favorite episode, but a solid one nonetheless. The Iron Pot gets a solid 7 out of 10. Let me know any predictions y'all have for the next episode, and honestly the end of the series. We only got 2 weeks left, and then we got 7 months after that, and the next DCU project being Superman, so let me know your thoughts. But that's pretty much it. If you liked the video, leave me a thumbs up, comment down below, and if you want to subscribe, I always appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope all of you guys are well, and I will see you in the next one.